Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we are to discuss NCAA Football 08's current bowl projections, because we are in the week where they're doing bowl projections now. Although I will admit I did sim some games before I did this episode. Like, for example, Colorado was 5-6. Colorado State was 7-4. So, should have waited until I done this episode before I sim the games, but it is what it is. I would have probably decided to do this after I simmed all the other games anyways, before the key games. But for the Poinsettia Bowl, we have a projection of Cincinnati against UNLV, with Cincinnati being an at-large team, so that can just easily change within the next few weeks. Meanwhile, we have Boise State versus Nevada in the New Orleans Bowl, which, again, both teams are at-larges, so this could easily change depending on how the game feels. And plus, this is a whack rematch, which, boy, that would make this bowl game really whack. Meanwhile, for the PapaJohns.com Bowl, we have Colorado and Purdue, both teams at-larges at 5-7. Why are these teams at-larges at 5-7? Colorado was 5-6, so I can cut them a little slack at this time. But seriously, game. This is one issue I do have with the bowl games. It's like they'll put a losing team in there as an at-large, even though there's probably better teams. I mean, yeah, Purdue beat a couple of other high Big Ten schools, so I can kind of understand their resume a little bit. That's a different story, at least. But Indiana, I don't see why they should be in the New Mexico Bowl. And I'm recording this the day after they just, in real life, obliterated Alabama 38-3. But that's 2025-2026 Indiana, not 2007-2008 Indiana. 2007-2008 Indiana's this version's probably doing a lot better than their real-life counterparts, but I still don't think they should be rewarded with a bowl game. But here, for the Las Vegas Bowl, you have Arizona State, who is 4th in the Pac-10 at 6-5, up against, they say New Mexico's number 1 in the Mountain West, but if you've been paying attention to this series, it's really TCU. But it would be insane for the number 2 team in the nation to be playing at the Las Vegas Bowl. Meanwhile, for the Hawaii Bowl, you have SMU, who is 3rd in Conference USA, against Fresno State, which the game says Fresno State is number 1 in the WAC, but again, if you've been paying attention to this series, it's been Hawaii the entire time. And again, you don't want to drop the number 3 team in the entire nation to play at their home stadium once more for a bowl game. Motor City Bowl, you have Oklahoma State, who's an at-large at 7-4, against the top team in the MAC right now, Miami of Ohio. Also currently sitting at 6-4, which that can easily change because of whoever wins the MAC gets to be in the Motor City Bowl. The Holiday Bowl, we have a ranked matchup between number 8 Texas at 8-3, 3rd in the Big 12, against Oregon State at 9-2, 2nd in the Pac-10. So that's going to be an interesting game right there. Should be fun to see. Then we have the Champs Sports Bowl between Penn State, who is 8-4, number 4 in the Big Ten, against the 5th team in the ACC right now, Maryland, at 7-3. Next, you have the Texas Bowl against a team in Oklahoma and a team in Texas. Tulsa against Texas Tech. The 4th team in Conference USA, sitting at 5-5 right now, against Texas Tech, who's 7th in the Big 12. It's kind of great to see. Meanwhile, for the Emerald Bowl, we have Kansas State, who is an at-large at 8-3, which is a very reasonable at-large, 8-3, against UCLA, who is 6-4 and currently sits 6th in the Pac-10. Meanwhile, for the Minor Key Car Care Bowl, we have Virginia, who currently sits 4th in the ACC, but this can easily change depending on these next few weeks, against Rutgers, who currently sits 4th in the Big East at 8-3. You have the AutoZone Liberty Bowl between Auburn, who is at 5-6, in which they're the 7th team in the SEC according to the standings, against Tampa Bay, who are 10-1, undefeated in Conference USA. And yeah, let's just go and give them the Conference USA championship. Then we have the Alamo Bowl. Navy at 6-5 is an at-large team. They have yet to face Army. That's going to be next week. That's going to be a key game. Look out for that episode whenever it comes out. Against Iowa, who is 5th in the Big Ten at 8-4. Although the whole Big Ten thing's been crazy this year if you paid attention. The series, number of times it's been off and on. All that. And now we got the MPC Computers Bowl. Although, with it being in Boise, Idaho, I like to call it the Idaho Potato Bowl still, even though that's its future name. We have Boston College, who has the opposite record of the record they had in the bowl game they were in 2007 at 7-4, so I can't complain this time around about them being in a bowl game because it's at least earned with at least 6 wins. Going against Iowa State as an at-large team. Meanwhile, you have Kentucky sitting at 5-6 right now, projected to be going against USF as an at-large team in the PetroSun Independence Bowl. I have no idea what PetroSun is. I'm guessing it's some kind of oil company, and I'm not sure if they're still around nowadays. Meanwhile, you have the Armed Forces Bowl between 25th ranked Cal at 7-4. Going against San Diego State, who is at 8-3, and is, according to the game, 3rd in the Mountain West, but, well, then we have the Brute Sun Bowl between Oregon and number 22 West Virginia. Now, on paper, this should definitely be a fun game to watch. I'm excited for that game, Next, we have the Music City Bowl between Mississippi State and Clemson. That should be fun to see. 6th team in the SEC against the 6th team in the ACC. And then we have more SEC-ACC matchups, this time with Arkansas, which as of right now are sitting 5th in the SEC, at 9-2, going against Florida State, who is 2nd in the ACC at 9-2. Although Florida State's going against Florida, so that's not going to affect their conference stuff. But Arkansas and LSU, I'll update you on that once I simulate that game. Then we have Ole Miss as an at-large at 6-5, going against Michigan at 7-5 in the Insight Bowl. And honestly, if you told Michigan fans these virtual Michigan fans at the beginning of the year that they would be playing at the Inside Bowl, they'd probably laugh their heads off all the way back to Ann Arbor. Now for the Outback Bowl, we have LSU against Wisconsin, in which Wisconsin is 3rd in the Big Ten, and LSU, according to this, is 4th in the SEC, but again, with them, I'll keep you updated on that key game. I haven't simulated that yet, so don't worry. The key games I have not simulated yet. I just simulated some of the other games that are around the key games. And we have Tennessee against Oklahoma, which nowadays is an SEC matchup, but luckily in the virtual year of 2007, all granted, this isn't the new year. So in the virtual year of 2008, this is an SEC team against a Big 12 team. Although granted, we'll determine that more with all the other championships And Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, I think I have that being a key game, so I'll keep you updated on that. Then we have Florida versus Northwestern in the Capital One Bowl, which, honestly, I have to say it's a successful season for Northwestern. I never expected them to go 10-2. I mean, B minus and B, like, they could have finished anywhere between, like where they're at right now at 10-2 to, like, 4-8, you know? I know that's a wide range, but that's how crazy simulations can be. Meanwhile, Florida is currently 13th in the nation, sitting second in the SEC. Gator Bowl, we got Notre Dame being at large against Miami, who is third in the ACC right now. Again, we have yet to do all the championship games, so it's going to be fun to update y'all throughout the next few weeks, you know. Rose Bowl, Minnesota versus USC, just as everybody predicted when I first started this series a couple of years ago. Tells you how often I've been doing this series, but then again, you know, mind blockage sometimes, work gets in the way sometimes, life, you know, I play other games off channel that I don't feel like really doing series for, you know, or I just don't have enough hands to try to do, so there's all that. For the Sugar Bowl, we have Hawaii and Ohio State. Both teams are at larges for whatever reason, you know. Then we have Nebraska, the Big 12 leader, against Virginia Tech, which they're currently listed as an at-large team. Then we have the Orange Bowl between Mickey and Louisville, both current leaders. But whoever wins the ACC championship in a few weeks, that's going to determine it, although we can kind of lock Mickey to that. Although, granted, Mickey did lose to Virginia, so we'll just leave that there. The International Bowl, we have Toledo against Pittsburgh. Or again, Toledo, 7-4, you know. Being able to travel the border should be fun. Then we have the GMAC Bowl with Texas A&M against UCF. Boy, that's going to be a game. And then, of course, your national championship game being between TCU and McNary Central. At least that is what it currently is looking to be shaped up to be right now. Not the best of ratings for an opposing team, but that's the bowl projections right now in week number 13 for the college football world, and I will see you all next time.